Up, you mighty race, or you may fall on your face in total disgrace.
Up, you mighty race. You see, there were other people who had come before Garvey and said just about everything Garvey had said. But they were fractionalized, you know, in little corners, maybe in the Caribbean, you know, and Paul Bogle and Sam Sharp in Jamaica. You know that there was Santa Pete. But we ourselves in Black America as a group, we had never had someone come to us and say, you people, point you out in the midst of all that was going on. He gave us a new spine. We could sit taller and feel good about ourselves. That made him very dangerous, because for the first time, the ex-slave had someone who came out and pulled you all together. It wasn't somebody who was born in the West Indies, somebody who was born in Africa, somebody who was born in America. It was one people. Up, you mighty race.
Up, you mighty race, and you can fall on your face in total disgrace. And he say, up, you mighty race, and you may fall on your face in total disgrace.
His basic message was a message of a visionary man, a philosopher, a dreamer, a profound lover of liberty, who unfortunately was very much in advance of his day and generation. And his message was not grasped. Possibly, I think, the first concept that people rightly had of the justification of Garvey's message was with Hitler's war. That brought home a lot of things that people didn't clearly understand. You see, we were brought up in a peculiar concept as Britishers. And anything that didn't conform with the prevailing concept of the tenets of British imperialism of the day was spurned upon, not because people were wicked, but we weren't ready for the message. We weren't ready for the message. You see, if you make an historical study and a sociological survey of the Jamaica that Garvey came back from America to, you'd find that there were so many racial cleavages between so many different sectors of the Negro community. And in that Negro community, you had the black man, you had the mulatto, but everybody claiming and striving to project a white image. It was a society in which poverty wore rags and rascality wore robes. It was a society in which the criteria for your entry into the civil service, for argument's sake, was the complexion of your skin. It was so shocking that it even reached the field of our local theology. It would have been incredible in the days of Marcus Garvey to think of a black man being the pastor of St. Andrew Parish Church. It would be astounding for a policeman to be commissioner of police in his own country. It would be shocking and revolting for a black man to be Custos or chief magistrate in Jamaica. The God of heaven would roll to see a Negro, nor a half Asiatic, as Chief Justice of Jamaica. Those were the kind of thing. That was the system.
Very simply, white man had no rights under God to take the liberties that he has. I like the way. I think that's why I love Garvey always. You know, I found wherever I went in the world, you know, and I'd get this pompous behavior, I would always come out and say to the person, look, honey, I'm your mother, you're not mine. You got that from Garveyism, that you were first. So this upstart who just crawled out of the caves of Europe 6,000 years ago, who puts himself in front of everybody and says, I am the man, Garvey told us, pay them no mind. You got history long when they were eating out of the skulls of their dead in the caves of Europe. You were on the Nile, you know, going down the Nile and visiting each other all over the place. So that Garvey, his way of dealing with it, maybe that's why they couldn't deal with the organization. His way of dealing with it simply was that the white man had no rights. Who's giving him this right? You've given him the right. He can't take these rights unless you, the darker people of the world, allow it. That's what he brought to the world.